Let's start a conversation about the 5 movements of faith. The purpose, of course, always being to educate and to encourage and inspire us to live more faithfully, especially in the face of a pandemic and whatever else is coming after. This offering is inspired by and indebted to Walter Brueggemann's 2014 book called Reality, Grief, and Hope, The 3 Urgent Prophetic Tasks. Jim Forbes once said that God doesn't cause everything, but God can use everything, which means God can use COVID-19. At this time, certain realities have been forced on us in this pandemic. Certain realities have come to light, realities are being surfaced and embraced, and some realities are being resisted. What we choose rather than reality is ideologies of some sort. The definition of reality, of course, is the world and state of things as they actually exist. Ideology is the opposite of reality. And we know that ideologies are those things that can be persuasive and enthralling. John Lennon once said, "People choose ideology because reality leaves a lot to the imagination." But for you and I, the centerpiece of our reality is God. Our first reality is God, the God who is real, able, good, and generous. Every other human being on this earth is our sibling and like us is made in the image of God. Reality number 3, our lives are not our possession. Our lives are a gift. Reality point number 4, all that we have is gift. These are our fundamental realities. If you look over the Bible, you'll notice a constant thread running from Genesis right down to Revelation. God keeps trying to break into our ideologies, into the history that we manufacture with God's prophets, truth tellers. But you and I, people of old and people now, keep fending off God. We keep ducking God's reality. We keep choosing ideology over reality. National ideologies, racial and ethnic ideologies, economic ideologies. We keep choosing ideology over reality. So I call God the again and again God. The God who keeps trying again and again to break in, to bless, to guide, to direct, to keep speaking, keep loving. And of course, the most dramatic way that we have fended off God's reality is by crucifying it on a hill, on a cross long ago. Jesus' gift to us is a holy perspective, not constrained by any dominant ideologies. Ideologies like smallness or separation or superiority. Jesus' gift to us is a flesh and blood, 24/7 commitment to the reality that God is love. What do you do when you are faced with reality that runs counter to your deeply held ideologies? Professor Walter Brueggemann says there are 3 classic responses: euphemism, denial, or despair. Practically, it's that piece of mail we don't open, or that conversation or person we avoid, or that poetic flourish we use to sugarcoat a cold, hard truth. It may be even the exclusion of some important but unflattering data. The point of all of this is that you and I ought to be on our journey increasing our capacity to embrace life as it is, reality. You and I increasing our capacity to get reality in the room and to stay curious in the face of reality is what I call spiritual maturity. And this is indispensable for the viability of our future as individuals, as families, as institutions, as societies, nations, and indeed as a world. But not only that, you and I increasing our ability to embrace things like reality, life, death, sickness, loss, downturn, injustice, bankruptcy, inequity, divorce, positions us for real spiritual maturity. I mean, if we don't choose denial or despair or euphemism at our next important intersection, we just might choose God. And when we choose God and allow God to accompany us through reality, we might become the liberated and courageous followers of Jesus we deeply desire to be. And when we do that, we increase the celebrity of the one who came to offer life and life abundant. God bless you. See you next week.